If you want to get into audio engineering, you have to ask yourself, you have to know, what is sound? I don't know how to explain that in English. Sound is something you hear. Can you hear me? That's sound. Really though, sound is a circular pattern of vibration that travels through a medium such as air or water, basically, and is perceived by the ear. So these vibrations are made up of molecules that, when disturbed, push forward, bunch together, and then rebound in a domino effect, sort of, to create waves. So think about a fish tank, for example. Whenever you disturb the water on the surface, ripples form as the water reacts to the disturbance. Sound works in a similar pattern. It sort of ripples through air or water. Unlike water ripples that move outward in all directions, sound waves typically push side to side in the direction of the source, and this movement is what we call oscillation. So now we're going to move on to the phases of sound. Okie doke. Hello, I'm coming at you from the editing process of this video. I also remember that I never introduced myself, so I'm Joe. This is Blue Note Run. Maybe, sort of. We're still working out the name. I'm not sure yet. Everybody goes through this when they first start a YouTube channel. I'm not the first one. Also, if you couldn't tell by the sock around my microphone instead of a pop filter, I'm not a real audio engineer. The cat's out of the bag. Yeah, so not a real audio engineer. This YouTube channel is more of like an experimental creative process for me. I am going to be learning how to audio engineer, how to mix and master my own music, and I'm going to be taking what most audio universities and studios use to teach their own students and other musicians and turn that into sort of like a Bluey, Dora the Explorer, Blue's Clues kind of thing for y'all. Just to make it super easy, because, you know, learning how to make music shouldn't be hard to do, especially in today's day and age. We have so much access to it, but for some reason it's it's one of the most gate-kept industries, and that's very unfair. So fuck the system. I'm making it easy, and I'm making it free. So that's another reason why you should totally continue to watch this video. It's super duper cool. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun editing this later. Hopefully you get to enjoy and reap the benefits of what you're going to see me do. But yeah, let's get back to the video. Oscillation has two key phases, compression and rarefaction. Air particles are normally spread out pretty evenly, but when sound engages with the air particles, they are momentarily forced into a much tighter space within their atmosphere. Packing a multitude of air particles together this way creates a high pressure area. This is what we call compression. As this occurs and more air particles are being drawn in the direction that the sound is going, they are removed from their original positions. This temporarily leaves a gap behind, and while it's not completely devoid of air particles, enough of them are separated to create a pocket of low pressure in the surrounding area. This is what is known as rarefaction. To get an idea of what sound looks like, you can probably picture somebody crowd surfing at a concert. He's like the energy of the sound itself, and the crowd is the molecules carrying him and passing them along one to another. They're working together to make the sound move. And speaking of sound traveling, where does all the sound you hear come from? Is it the high pressure areas where the molecules are all squished together? Or is it the low pressure gaps where they're all spread out? It's neither. It's the energy that gets transferred from molecule to molecule until it reaches your ear. So here's a key thing. Molecules that pass along sound don't actually move with the wave. Instead, they stay pretty near to their original positions, transferring energy from sound from one to the next. Think about that stage diver again. The small group that caught him first don't carry him around the entire venue on their own. Everybody in the venue takes turns passing him along. It's the exact same with sound. So really quickly, I'm going to tell you a story that explains a very important concept of sound. I was filming in a big open park one day, and I'm yelling directions to a friend of mine who's like 100 or so feet away from me, maybe more. I don't know anything about distance. Don't quote me on that. I only know the sound stuff. He can't hear me, no matter how loud I'm shouting, and that goes on and on for like 10 minutes, and then finally, like, he runs closer to me, and we eventually get, figured out. So this is the inverse square law at work. The further sound travels, the weaker it becomes. Sound spreads out in all directions, so its energy has to cover a large area as it moves. And without anything to amplify it, the same energy gets spread thin, making it quieter the further it goes from its source. That's why my buddy couldn't hear me until he was closer. The sound of my voice didn't have a very long ways to go, so it reached his eardrum faster. So speaking of sound, we're going to talk about the speed of sound now. The speed at which sound is carried away from its source is dictated by the medium that it travels through, and surprisingly, the temperature of the medium surrounding it. This little bit about temperature is actually really interesting, and you'll get to hear why in just a second. The standard speed of sound at 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit is 340 meters per second, which would approximately be 767 miles per hour. The speed of sound is also able to increase with heat. Hot air makes molecules move faster, which helps sound waves travel quicker. Since hot air is less dense, there's more room for more molecular kinetic movement to pass energy along. Cold air, being denser, packs the molecules closer together, which slows everything down. Sound, like gossip, travels faster when it's hot. I need to get out of this house, man. Okay, so we're gonna stop that video right there. So about a week after this was filmed, I went out to Las Vegas and I lost my voice on the flight back. Super duper fun. Also, excuse the barking. That's Twyla. We love Twyla. Anyway, still kind of recovering from it. This is the second day that I've had my full voice back, so that's nice, but kind of want to give myself more time to rest. These were 4 out of the 8 of the basic properties of sound. And in the next video, in part 2, we're going to be covering things like duration, envelope, harmonics, overtone, and timbre. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope that, you feel like this video helped you understand the basics of sound a little bit easier. Feel free to drop a comment below if you think there were any points that I missed, because I promise you, your feedback is going to help me out so much in the long run. Drop a comment if you wanna, leave a like if you can dig it, and subscribe to follow along. I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys are too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate this, and I'll see you in the next one. The real reason why I want to do this is so I can stop working at restaurants. I'm going to be so for real.